try to be more scientific about it and don't base your decisions based upon opinion. Because it seems like a lot of people right now are a little misguided when it comes to a lot of information. I know that there's some drawbacks to it. Some. Out of how many? Well, let's say out of, I haven't seen the actual numbers, but I'm going to make it up. Out of 10,000 people, maybe 5 are having enlarged heart issues. Is that enough?
Interesting. That was an 8th grade teacher in Washington State pressuring his class to get vaccinated. Jason Rantz obtained that recording, and he joins us now. Good morning to you, Jason. But that's not all that he said. Can you walk us through it?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's worth noting that he didn't have any of the numbers, and he was talking about rumors there, but then kind of made up his own. He doesn't just downplay some of the side effects. He also said that we're not particularly good Americans as it relates to mask wearing, and how the implication being how we're selfish because some people don't want to wear a mask even after they're vaccinated. And I think that doing this in front of kids who did not need to show up to class to get pressured into taking a vaccine that maybe they don't need, maybe they don't want, a decision that has to be left up to themselves, their parents, and their doctors, is just clearly inappropriate. So I'm glad that in this case it was a student who had just taken out his cell phone or her cell phone and started to record, because the student knew what was going on was inappropriate. And they knew that something like this is probably happening in other schools. And I can tell you as a matter of fact, because I've reached out to a number of parents and a number of kids who have been saying, yeah, we're being pressured all across the state.
So since you brought this to light, what reaction have you got? You have your radio show. What has been the reaction?
Well, I've heard directly from parents who say this is not just happening. In this case, it's in Sumner, Washington. It's happening all over the place. The school itself actually, I think, handled this appropriately, saying our position is not one to push vaccines on any student. We are being neutral on this. And they said they're going to take corrective action with that teacher. Now, what that actually means, we don't really know. But I do think that they're handling this as best as they can, which is rare for the schools in this neck of the woods.
That's true. Next one for you, Jason. Washington State Representative Jim Walsh apologized for wearing a Star of David to protest COVID vaccine mandates. This story made national headlines. You got an exclusive interview with Walsh. What did he say?
So he immediately apologized, and Jim Walsh has been on my program many, many times. I know him. He legitimately felt bad for what he did, and he should have apologized. What he did was clearly inappropriate. There is no comparison between anyone experiencing COVID lockdowns or rules that might be abusive and, yes, might even be unconstitutional. But there's no comparison between what Jews went through in the Holocaust. He said he intended it to show common humanity with people who have been persecuted, and he acknowledged that this was an inappropriate way to go about that activism.
All right, Jason Rantz, we have to leave it there. Thank you for joining us this morning. Do appreciate it.